What's up, guys? This is a cold start on a 2002 Mustang GT with a full exhaust system. What's going on, everyone? Ratchet Wrench is back for another video. If you don't know, my name is Wes. This is my 2002 Mustang GT. Today, I'm pretty much going to take you along, give you some pros and cons of like a daily life of driving a very loud car. You'll see in a little bit how loud this thing is. It's got a set of BBK long tube headers, are ceramic coated. Goes down to the BBK off-road X-pipe, so no cats, not running any cats. After the X-pipe, it goes to a set of Flowmaster Thunderback Catback exhaust, so that complements the rear end, and that's where it exits. So yeah, overall, I also have a BBK catted X-pipe just for inspections and stuff like that. It's March 2nd, and it's like 60 degrees. The other day it was raining and like 30 degrees, so who knows what's going on with the weather, but figured could take it outside today. There's definitely some drawbacks, some cons, but there are some pros. Obviously it's a head turner. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. This is a relatively cold startup, and we're just gonna go for a cruise. Once we start driving, you'll see, and we'll point out all this plastic that Ford has. It's so freaking cheap and pathetic, but it rattles so much from the long tube headers. Like everything in this general area just kind of rattles, so we'll get into that.
And all that is pretty much rattling because literally the long tube headers end right under our feet, which is pretty much like
it's right here.
So it's, I mean, what do you expect? It's cheap old plastic, it's gonna rattle. But
and those long tubes they're pretty thick in diameter, and they will rattle pretty much everything. So,
and you got the increased airflow coming through it, so I mean it's expected.
We're in second gear, and it's not too bad at like 2,000 RPM. It's a little raspy. We're going up to like 3,000, and then when you really get on it, it's pretty loud.
I don't even know if we'll even be able to hear what you just said, but damn.
It gets pretty loud.
One thing we gotta say is it's a torque monster, especially with these headers. Man, as you can see when I was filming that, the camera, we have the stabilization on, but still, it jolted it because it's just that torque. It puts you right back in your seat, so.
Yeah, it's really like not that fast of a car unless you swap it or do a lot of work to the motor, but
put a cam bell on it or something like that.
Yeah, it's just a fun car overall. The torque is there.
A lot of people hate on the new Edge generation because that V8 is only the 4.6, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, it does the job. It's fun. He got it when he was in high school, so it did its purpose. Now it's kind of like a project car, and who knows what's coming in the future. Stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe. If you like that idea, give it a thumbs up. All right, Wes is gonna do some flybys for us. We're on this back road in Mexico. You know, we traveled.
So that was an acceleration outside, kind of a flyby. This is inside. She screams.
So we're in third gear right now, cruising about 1,500 RPMs, 30 miles per hour, and it's still pretty loud, I'd say.
Yeah,
right?
It's like a nice.
It's subtle, but it's like, you know it's there.
You get on it, you'll know it's gonna be loud.
Yeah, but just to go, like, to show that cruising, it's still pretty freaking obnoxious.
Yeah. So that was a little driving in the car and outside the car flybys to get you accustomed to how loud this thing really is. But this isn't idle at the moment, so if we make our way around back here, it's got a nice deep rumble to it, but it's not too loud at idle, surprisingly. I really want to put cams on this car. stage 2 cams, but they're pricey. I mean, we could probably do it ourselves. It's a pretty difficult install. I don't want to spend, you know, close to $1,000.
He means we could do that ourselves.
Yeah, we could do it. Yeah, I don't want to pay for labor or anything, so let me know in the comments down below if you want to hear cams on this car, because I think personally it would sound disgusting. It would really give it that umph power. Like, it is torquey like we were saying before, but it would really put more power into it and complete the whole exhaust system overall, and it would have that thumping sound like true American muscle car. So it does sound really good right now, but cams, man, it's on the list. So like I mentioned earlier, this car has the Flowmaster Catback exhaust, so it does have mufflers at the moment. You could always delete the mufflers and have a way to clamp them back on to see how much louder it can really get, or if it sounds even better without the mufflers. But I think with that off-road X-pipe, the mufflers pretty much complement it well. If I had the Catted X-pipe on, maybe a muffler delete would be more ideal and it would sound better. But for now, running this setup, I think the mufflers complement the sound overall, but if you want to hear it without the mufflers, I mean, we'll do it for you guys. So
a couple people have been commenting saying that they like the setup, but if we deleted the mufflers, it'd be even louder. But they also said it's like extremely loud and like almost unbearable. So let us know if you guys want to see that. I mean, we're willing to do it. So just let us know what you guys want to see, and we'll make it happen.
So we're in fourth gear going a little under 30 miles an hour at 1,000 RPM. So if you're going that slow, or even at higher speeds on the highway, for example, this thing's gonna rattle with those long tube headers quite a bit, which is annoying if it's your daily driver, or if you just don't like, if you like a quiet cab in general. I might just buy a whole new set of these. As you can see over here, this one's just completely shot. So it is what it is with the cheap plastic, but the long tube headers definitely enforce that vibration. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, there's pros and cons to driving a loud car. I guess a con would be neighborhoods such as this. Hi neighbors, how you doing? Good morning. Yeah, so if people don't like loud cars, then you're gonna piss people off. So a pro, for example, of a loud exhaust is you'll get a lot of people to turn their heads. I mean, we have a prime example here. A kid just got dropped off from school here. He turned. See? Prime example. Head turner. Another pro, in my opinion, especially with these new Edge Mustangs, they're so easily moddable. There's so many different exhaust combinations you can really do to this car. Starting at the front end, you can do long tube headers or shorty headers. They're going to produce different sounds overall. My preference, I like the long tube headers. If you make your way down to the mid pipes, there's so many different options for mid pipes of these cars. I went with the off-road X-pipe. I also have the Catted X-pipe for inspections, and if I wanted more quiet for a certain reason. And for the Catback alone, there's just it's unbelievable how many options there are for, especially the Mustangs. Me personally, I like loud exhaust, not too raspy. I think this is perfect for this year Mustang. And I have that backup X-pipe if I want to tone it down a little bit, but just so many different options you can really do. So guys, that's a wrap for today's video on the 2002 Mustang GT 5-speed with the 4.6 liter V8 in it with the full exhaust system. Hope you guys enjoyed. Want to give you an idea of how this thing really sounds in the car itself and outside. I hope the microphone picked it up good for you guys. I personally love this exhaust setup. I think it complements the car really well. It's a big head turner. It can be pretty loud at sometimes, but you can also control it, which is good. Really don't have to get on it for it to sound nice and that nice loud versus the just obnoxious rasp. It does have that nice rasp to it if you would like to. If you guys want to see anything else, different exhaust setups, if you want us to cut the mufflers off, see how that sounds, kind of straight pipe it from the back out, we'll try it. But for now, this is the setup I'm sticking with. So hope you enjoyed, and until next time, peace out.